Hello and welcome back, children. This is Mr. Muzaffar presenting before you the ninth topic of your honeydew reader. The name of the topic is Desert Animals. My dear children, the lesson Desert Animals tells us about the animals who live in a desert. My dear children, you may have read in class 5th about desert animals. You may know, my dear children, sheep of desert. There is an animal in desert, namely camel. What we called him? We called him sheep of desert. So today I am going to teach you the lesson desert animals. This lesson tells us about the desert animals who live in the desert. It tells us how they have adapted themselves according to the weather of desert and how they cope up with the harsh atmosphere desert. My dear children, you all we have students from Kashmir in class 6th. You all know the harsh conditions of winter. My dear children, we are marching towards winter. You all know winter is miserable and cruel. How difficult it is for we people to live in these harsh conditions. Snow falling, you know, cold, freezing. It creates like panic, my dear children. You all know how people of Kashmir migrates, or we can say visit to Jammu during winter. They like to live in they like to live in Jammu. Why they like to live in Jammu? Because Jammu is hot, my dear children. They feel hot there. So in winter it is difficult to survive here in Kashmir. So here I am going to tell you about desert animals, how they are living in desert. You know the harsh conditions of a desert. You all know the miserable conditions of desert. Very less availability of water is in desert, and temperature. You all know the temperature of a desert. Temperature of a desert is high, around 50 degrees Celsius. In 50 degrees Celsius, secondly, less scarcity of water. It is difficult for animals to survive, to live in those conditions. The deserts are the driest place, my dear children, on the earth. Sahara Desert, Rajasthan. Rajasthan. I had been there in Rajasthan. I had given 6 months there in Rajasthan. I know how difficult it is to live there. The animals that live in desert have developed their ability to require less water. They have, my dear children, they have developed ability. What? They have developed ability, and that helped them to live in the desert, and that too in very less water. Like gerbil spend the hottest part of the day in their underground burrows, twirling beachless drops of moisture on their legs, and lift them into the air and drops them into their mouth. My dear children, here I have given you the example of gerbils. Gerbils is a snack desert, a snack desert. Here I am going to tell you how he is living in the desert. How he is living in the desert, my dear children. In the dry, rocky deserts of America lives a snake called rattlesnake. My dear children, it is called a rattlesnake. Rattle means one who makes unwanted sound, because it makes a sound with its tail. Because it makes a sound with its tail. Another animal which lives in desert is mongoose. my dear children. Mongoose love to go in search of food together. They're famous for being able to kill snakes without getting hurt. My dear children, here I told you about mongoose. Mongoose, they love in search of food together. They are famous for being able to kill snakes without getting hurt. Another animal which lives in desert is the camel, my dear children. Camel, you all know about a camel. What we call him? We call the camel sheep of desert. They live long, shaggy coats to keep warm in winter and shorter, tighter coats in the summer to keep cool. My dear children, there are two different kinds of camel in the desert. Here I will tell you about the two different kinds of animal, my dear children. One is the dromedary. Dromedary is a camel having single hop. It has only single hop. The other one is called Bactrian camel, my dear children, and has two humps. My dear children, people usually think that camel's hump is a storage container and it stores water in it. But it is not true, my dear children. Actually, humps are full of fat. This fat nourishes the camels when they have nothing to eat. If they have nothing to eat for many days, their humps shrink because fat is used by them, my dear children. In this way, we have finished this chapter. My dear children, if you have any problem, any query, please do contact with me. I am available 24 into 7. Thank you and have a good day.